Hello, 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 all my machine heads, and welcome back to No Man's Land Flatten Project. Dun, dun, dun. How's everybody doing tonight? I'm doing great. I'm doing awesome. I'm doing fantastic, as usual. So, as we play our video games, we're gonna, as we always do, let's start out our video with answering yesterday's trivia question. Dun dun dun. We had a winner. Mr. Les Gears or Mrs. Les Gears, I'm not quite sure. So I'm going to say both answered the question correctly. Yay. Yay. The question I asked you guys was, how many glasses of milk does a cow make every single day? And here is your answer. Drum roll, please. It makes, each cow makes 8 gallons of milk a day, or 128 glasses of milk every single day. So, if you have 500 head of cows, you can make up to 5 million gallons of milk every year. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Congratulations, Les Gears, for answering the question right. Yay. Good job. Good job, everybody. All right, so let's get our first trivia question out of the way for this episode. This trivia question is for all you corn lovers out there. So, everyone and their brother knows what an ear of corn looks like. Well, those of you who have eaten corn on the cob know. Those of you who have helped pick corn and clean corn, you all know what it looks like. So, my question, trivia. My trivia question for today, this episode 5, dun dun dun, is what is the white fur called on an ear of corn? What is the proper name for the fur that comes off of the corn when you peel all the stalks back and you get that white fur? What is that called? The proper name for it. Ready? And go. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. And your final answer, and go. All right, so let me shut the lights off. Let's get outside. I did some changes. First of all, I got rid of the little red fertilizer spreaders that we had over in the corner because there was absolutely no way to edit them. And me being a modder, I couldn't stand that, how quickly it was used. So let's get over to the store. We're going to buy another fertilizer spreader that I downloaded, and I got her set up. Now, while you guys were gone yesterday, remember I was liming, and let's get out here. And I finished liming the field. Let's go over there real quick. So she's been fertilized once and limed once. Now we're going to fertilize her a second time, and then we're going to cultivate it. I don't know how much we're going to get to, but sooner or later here, I've got to get some cows on this farm. I got to see how much. Let's stop real quick over here. Let me get in a little closer. Dun, dun, dun. Let's see. Is it silage already? Oh, that's cool. That fermented fast. But I also found out, thank you for the heads up, that even though you speed up time and you add days, it delays the speeding up time. We still don't have any strawberry pallets. Well, let's make sure that I've got this active here and I don't have it on auto. To strawberries. Because I don't want it to cost per month $2. Okay. Running. Got 21 strawberries, but when does it start making a pallet? That's nuts. Anyways, so now, actually, you know what? Instead of fertilizing, let's go buy ourselves some cows And well, let's get them in here. Get them going. So we're going to have to buy a pallet of straw. So we're going to have to take our... Actually, no. Let's get that field fertilized first. And then off camera, I'll buy them. I'm just going to buy 2 cows. I'm going to get them some straw, some silage, because we're going to feed them silage. And rock and roll. Since we're going such fast time, we're only going to start with 2 cows. And that pen over there has been super modified by me. Okay, so here is my fertilizer spreader. Where am I here? Oh, right here. All the way over. And it's the Amazon ZGB 6001. I lowered the price down from $15,000 to $10,000, so it's a little more realistic. And she holds 10,000 liters. Okay, so that's, or 3.5 tons. I made that realistic. It's 18 meter spread, but this should use a lot less. You can find this on the in-game mod hub, but remember, it's not modified in any way. I modified it for personal use. That's why I will not release it, because I don't want to infringe on the original mod author. Anybody who knows me, has watched any of my series, realize that if I edit something personally, I don't infringe on the mod author and I don't release it to the public. It is mine. Now, if it's a friend of mine and it's a collaboration, I will then release it. If it's a public mod, I will release it. But if it's an edit or a mod that I have done personally for myself, I will not release it to the public. Dun dun dun. So we're going to get fertilizer. Now we should be able to fertilize right over this. Solid fertilizer. Now we should be able to, as Fury's knocking on heaven's door on my head, thinking to myself, we better have had this edited correctly. Let's get this and then get this set up. All right, let's see. Let's get out a little further. Much better. That's about right. See, she's still going down. Not as quickly. But it won't tell me because I edited it in my personal. But we should use about 2,000 liters for this field when we're done. Maybe just a little bit more. But that using 20,000 liters, I mean, that's... I mean, if you were to buy a field in our fertilizer spreader in real life, and can you imagine using like 15 tons of fertilizer for a field? That's not even close to being correct. You know, maybe a ton. I mean, think about how big a ton is. It's absolutely insane. It's 2,000 pounds. So 30,000 pounds of fertilizer, that's not even close to realistic. This is realistic. As you can see, I've used 100 per row. By the time we're done, it should be about 2,000. And I had to do a little research on the lime because Dad never used lime. So we never had lime on our farm. So I had to research how much I used, and I got that set up correctly too. Wonder why that little strip didn't do it again. Now this will be 100% fertilized, and then I cultivate it to represent realism. Plus we want to get rid of these furrows. And I'm going to cultivate all the lime and all the fertilizer right into the ground. We'll chew it all up. But I want to take a few minutes and welcome all the new people to the family. Yay! Welcome. You guys have been joining and subscribing and sharing the videos and liking them and commenting. And everybody's been joining in on the trivia. From the bottom of my heart, thank all of you. All of you. And that's why I told Les Gears, or I think that's the name. Yeah, I want to make sure that when whoever answers the trivia, I'll give you a shout out. Got so many people. Some people from the UK. Some people from where is one? One person was from North Carolina. Yeah, we just had a person join from North Carolina. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So we got Scotland, we got the UK, we got it all. We're getting people from all over the world, and that's why I told you guys, I absolutely love Farm Sim. Unlike any other game, like, if you're thinking about, like, Call of Duty and all those games, they get people from all over the world, but it's such a niche, I think the word I'm looking for. Curie's not always the smartest banana in the bunch, but I think the word is niche community, where generally speaking you get real like heavy gamers or real young people. Farming Simulator, I'll tell you, we have young, we have old, we have women, we have men, we have all different kinds of, from all walks of life, and it's absolutely amazing. And that's all you guys. That's all of you guys. See, we're almost at 5. We'll be at 400 by the time we're running here, which second pass. Well, third pass is about 500. So we should be able to do a field and still have some left over. We should be able to do the field twice, which is a lot more realistic. Now, I want to answer... Man, I got to start paying more attention. When you guys said that you wanted hedges and fences around, do you want me to do hedges and then fences inside of them? Or like one side hedge and one side fence? I understood you wrote that you didn't want white picket fences. I would never put those up around fields anyways. I wish there was a mod out there that you could put stone walls. In 19 we had those, but they were realistic because what we used to do is all the rocks that we picked up with the rock picker or by hand, whichever way we decided to do it, because a lot of times we would pick them up, put them in on a front loader, and just drive them around. Because Farm Sim, the one thing they did mess up on, and I won't tell too much because I absolutely love this game, the amount of rocks that you get off, you don't get that many rocks. Now, rocks are heavy, yes. 2,000 pounds for rocks is nothing. But you don't get... Let us do a headland. Headland. So I don't keep driving up on that thing there. So the amount of rocks you get, thousands and thousands and thousands of rocks, is not realistic. But anyways, what we used to do is we would stack them all up on the side of the field, and then we would build walls out of them. That's how the olden day farmers made borders on their fields. They would use stone walls, and anybody who's ever been out in the woods and you've come across, like one of those old stone walls, it's that's what that's from. They would take them out of the local rivers and creeks, and they would do that, and they would also take them from the side of their field, wherever they could find a spot. Perfect. Just don't want to drive up on that thing anymore. So I wish that someone would make a mod to where you could take your stones that you get from your fields, pile them up, and then put them... Which ranch... Ugh. See? Wouldn't be a Fury video unless I blah, blah, blah. That's all, folks. But as you guys see, I'm so glad, I'm so happy for each and every one of you guys that noticed that my channel's a lot of fun. We try to do it as realistically as we can, hence the name of the Realistic Farming Channel. This Let's Play, like I said, is a little bit less realistic. It's more to let's get it done because there's so much to do. When the smaller maps, as I said yesterday, if Meadow Grove comes out, I'm going to go like this, and then I'll come back with that other one. If Meadow Grove comes out, that will be my only map that I play. That's it. But I downloaded a rock crusher from the in-game mod hub to where you can throw rocks in it and you can make your own lime. We're going to put that in the factory section. Hey. There we go. See, we're almost pushing another 292 and we'll be at 1,000 liters already, which is way, way, way better. One of these days, I promise that I'll get on here and I'll do like 2 or 3 videos on how to edit mods. And how to do them in the XML files and how to fix them and edit the amounts and how fast things go. And you just, it's real tricky at first until you get to know how to do it. Once you get to know how to do it a few times, you know what to look for. And once you know what to look for, you go right to the lines that you want. Because the mods come out, and when they're put in computer form, they're all in lines. And when you edit them, it'll say like, for example, when I wanted to edit the spray, it'll say spray usage. So you go down to the line and it will say like it started out where it was whoever made this mod, it was using 1.5 times fertilizer. And it was an 18 meter spread. So if you figure it was using 18 times or 18 meters and 1.5 times. So instead of it using just regular 18 meters, it was using basically 40 something meters every pass, because it was 1.5 times, which is 36 is 40. Yeah, pretty close to 40. So every pass I was doing, instead of it only 18, it was doing 40. So you understand why. Now those little ones, whoever set those up was 5.4 times usage, and so they were 42, so every pass I was doing was like 120 meters. So it was the same as using 120 meter width for every pass that I was doing. I'm thinking, wow. So then it goes by usage, and it also goes by width. So right now, this is edited down for 18 meters times 0.05. So basically what it's doing is, instead of, it's using half of what it normally well, it's actually, compared to what it normally built, it's using about a quarter of what it used to use. Because I've got it set on 0.05, which is half. So instead of 18 meters wide, it's only registering as 9. So one pass, we're only using the same as what we would use for 9 meter width instead of 18. It's a little tricky to explain it, but one of these days I'll come up with some extra time after the holidays, and I'll make a series out of how to edit mods and how to fix the mods, and how to re-zip them up so you can put them in the game. The game recognizes unzipped files, but it doesn't like them. For example, like if you don't, when you first download a mod, anybody who's downloaded mods, it comes in a zip file for Farming Sim. Now in Truck Sim, they come in a RAR file or a 7-zip file, but they're different. You gotta open them up with like WinRAR or 7-zip. You don't have to do that with Farm Sim. They're zipped up already. So normally you've got to extract it, then you got to open it up, then you got to find the file that you're looking for under the XML files, and then once you find that, you can edit it with Notepad++. Then you save it, then you have to zip it back up, and so you can put it in the game. It sounds, and I want to reiterate, it sounds a lot harder than it is. I was shown a couple of times by some really, really good modders. Scooter's Workbench is absolutely amazing, and he's kind of shown me Vic from G&G Modding, which I haven't said hey, buddy, in a long time. So, hey, bud. Hey, Vic. How you doing? I miss you. Miss you, my brother. I'm really happy that I'm not on social media anymore. But Vic is an amazing moderator. He's just a great guy. And then that's why I love this community so much, because everybody, like when I first started out, everybody was helping everybody, and especially over at G&G Modding. They're amazing people. And Mike Granger, if you're watching this, I haven't talked to Mike in forever. Because like I said, I got rid of my Facebook. And I haven't had a Facebook or Twitter or any kind of social media in what seems like, well, it's been about a year now. But Mike Granger and his brother Ken are probably the best map makers this side of the Pecos. Many an hour I've helped test with those guys, and Vic does the testing, and Scooter does the testing, and they're just absolutely... Mike is, I would say, and there's Alien Jim's right up there too, so I can't knock you, Alien, if you're watching this. You're pretty good too, hence why I'm on your map. But when the Grangers start coming out with maps, I will get one of them to send me, email me the maps that they're working on. And trust me, we're going to do some Let's Plays on them. Those guys have, Mike did, just that little heads up, he did Jones Dairy Farm. You guys, I don't know if you know that, if you've ever played that. It is Fury Machine's all-time favorite map. Everybody knows that. That and Meadow Grove Farm by Nathan. Can't think of, he's got some numbers after his name, but Nathan did Meadow Grove Farm. But he, so getting back to that, so Mike did Jones Dairy, he did New River, he did Old Family Farm. I think he's done some other ones, but I don't think they made it to the cutting room floor. But New River was huge. That map was one of the best maps I played on, as well as Jones Dairy. I mean, Jones Dairy, you start right off in the beginning of Jones Dairy with the ability to put 1,000 cows down. He is the original, and I'm going to give him a shout out, is the original maker of the open cow pastures. Before they got out on the media and everybody kind of stole them and tried to fix them themselves, and nobody's ever done it right like Mike has. But Mike is the original maker of the open cow pastures. He's made an open cow pasture, open pig pasture, open sheep pasture, open chicken pasture for Fs22. And there we go. Look. If you look at about 1,400 liters we used. 100% fertilized. Yay! So let's go park this. And then we're going to go get a cultivator. And we're going to start. We got about 7 minutes left. But yeah, if you guys get a chance, any of you that have social media, check out G&G Modding over at Facebook. WMR Modding over at Facebook. Used to be a moderator over there before I left social media. Halim is the moderator now. Mr. H, as I call him. What a fantastic dude. I've talked about him in depth. Wayne, the founder of WMR Modding, has got, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. H. Wait a minute. What is going on here? Why won't it let me? Why won't it let me release that? Standing there holding it like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. H, but I think Wayne did the racks. He had 1 or 2 mods on the in-game mod hub. I'm not quite sure. I know he had the rack. If you guys have ever played with that, it was a rack where you can fit pallets on it, and you could put it inside your sheds, inside your farm. It was great. I did extensive testing on that mod. All right, so now we're going to go to Cultivators, where are we? Cultivators, hello, where are you? Oh, there they are. Cultivators. And I got some mods. What do we got down here? The vector. How long is that? 6.2. I thought I had another one. They're expensive. They're expensive. Let's go with... Each one takes so much horsepower. I thought I had a mod downloaded. 32,000 for 6.2. Yeah, let's get that. Even though I want to keep it about 10 meters. I'm going to have to start looking for some bigger equipment. Bigger equipment. All right. Get over in our last 3 or 4 minutes here, and we will start cultivating. Now, I'm not going to use the GPS. I'm just going to ride this along. But yep, check out WMR Modding and Facebook and G&G Modding. Just remember, Vic is he's very firm, but he's fair. Make sure you guys answer the 3 questions that he has. I think they are, have you played Farm Sim before? This. Make sure you guys have a profile pic, because he won't let you on if you don't have a profile pic. I'm telling you right now. Because he wants to make sure you're real. So right now what we're doing is we're cultivating, and we're basically grinding up all the fertilizer, all the lime, everything that we've put on this field, and we're putting it right into the ground. And we're going to be ready for seed. Now when we get ready to seed, we won't have to fertilize because it's already done. So all we have to do is seed. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to seed this in wheat. But I'll show you when I get up here. When we get here, I'm going to not plant. I'm going to stop planting like right here, the width of this. Because when we get done cultivating, let's see if we can climb this mountain. Fury, so tired, must jump. There we go. Look at that. When I get done terraforming this down flat, we want to be able to add it without having to tear up our wheat. Ready? Let's see how good I am. Nope. They make you jump like 1.5 feet. So let's make our line. This is the only one that I'll do with the GPS. First of all, we'll make our line here. I can follow the... I will follow. I'll get that off there. Follow the lines of the furrows, just like we used to do in the old days. But see, now I'll be able to cultivate, or I'll plow this in and go ahead with the next section without having to disturb this. Just stay right on that line there. Now, once we get into the next month, into October, I'll start hiring some workers and things like that. Right now, I just kind of want to do everything myself and get set up, and we'll go from there. Now, I also have to check, when is our planting cycle? So, all right, I can plant wheat up until October. Sweet. So we'll be all right. We got plenty of days. I'm going to be planting tomorrow. And you notice, too, it doesn't go by temperature. It goes by temperature here, but it doesn't tell you that, like, what the minimum temperature is. You know, like in 19 seasons would say, okay, it has to be like 41 to plant wheat. Well, this one doesn't have it. It says here that you have a minimum ground temperature and all that stuff, but it doesn't tell you, like, yeah, it doesn't tell you. It just tells you planting season. That's weird. All right. We're going to get here. We're going to finish up. And then I'm going to come back right after I leave you guys. And I'm going to finish cultivating this and get set up for the next episode. Now, I won't need a second level. So we're going to stop that here. Now, when you guys are going to see the magic when I come back tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon, or however long it takes me to cultivate this, you guys will then start seeing me plant. I will start planting. Dun, dun, dun. And on that note, make sure you guys are liking and subscribing and sharing. Make sure you guys are enjoying the night, the day, the weekend, whenever you're watching this. Hi, Balloon. Make sure you're answering the trivia question, putting the answers in the comments, because we want to get you shout-outs. Everybody who answers it and gets it right will get a shout-out. I don't care if you think you're right or you think you're wrong. Just answer anyways. Try not and cheat. Try to do it realistically. That's what I always do. And most importantly, make sure you look out for each other. Make sure you look out for yourselves. And most importantly, look out for each other's families. That's super important. And on that note, Fury Machine will catch everybody on the flip side. I'll see everybody tomorrow for some seeding. Have a great night, day, and weekend, everyone.